Okay.
Now.
So let me tell you about my period.
Yeah.
Oh, God. I went to a trapeze class yesterday, and it was extremely painful. It's the first one I've ever been to. Oh, God.
Admin meeting. What's today? June 29th?
Yes. 6:29.
So dark. Where am
In attendance.
There's a. Oh wow.
Here's the link if y'all wanna.
Oh, cool. Thank y'all.
Well. Okay.
Department?
Wait. What?
How do we want to organize this?
Yeah, I guess by department.
Category. Whatever we want to.
Category? Category.
Department sounds so formal.
It does.
But then we could have titles.
Oh.
And that's what I want in life is a title.
I know, that's your
Yes,
mate.
that was the worst sunburn of my life.
No.
The whole front half of my body is just crisp. You can.
Oh.
That's the best.
Oh.
I leave Friday for Central Washington, which is balls hot. It's like 98 degrees.
Oh,
And then I go to Mexico City like 2 days after that.
That's gonna be balls hot, though.
That will also be.
Crispy.
I feel like balls are cooler than the rest of the body.
I don't think so.
They're sweaty and trapped.
What?
They're sweaty and trapped. How are they cooler?
That's why they hang low, so that they can stay cooler because...
You know what bat wings are? We've had this exact conversation.
Because they're
Bat wings
so
don't
hot,
happen because it's so cool and breezy down there. They happen because it's so sweaty and humid.
Sweaty, yes, but that's to keep them cool. Balls have to be kept cooler than the rest of the body so that sperm can remain alive.
Well, then who came up with this saying of balls hot?
I don't know. I didn't say it.
It's weird that they're kept in like the hottest area of the body, and then evolution just was like, we'll make them slightly farther away because we're killing ourselves, essentially. Good job, human bodies.
The testicles
Urban
need...
Dictionary.
Oh no.
Urban Dictionary, the top definition for balls hot. It's so hot that you have to hydrate nonstop to keep your balls moist because of all the sweat.
Oh.
That makes sense.
I'm glad that we...
No, interesting.
It's science.
It's science. It's just scientific.
The beginning of this meeting was an exploration of the term balls hot.
Wow.
But, you know, we are nothing if not accurate.
That's not at all true. We are almost never accurate. I think I'm in a stage right now because it's still, oh, my face looks so chilly. It's the end of the quarter. Ugh. I feel like I'm on Snapchat right now.
It's just staring at your own video.
I'm just like, I'm so tired and I can't sleep because my body is burned. So it hurts. So like, I like to sleep on my front.
Yeah.
Hey guys.
Hey.
Sorry, we got out late, so I'm still at the school. We like just got out of class. We had a big.
Oh God. How's it going?
Good. It's intense. So we had a big, breakthrough today with someone, and we couldn't just like leave,
Right.
So it's
Yeah,
like
that's
we
great.
all had to be there to support and stay. And so I'm still here. You guys can kind of see it.
Yeah,
This is
looks
the
cool.
Ooh, there's
place
a
where
red
we eat.
couch.
Very nice. Stairs.
Stairs.
There's a little piazza outside and
Ooh, people.
Nice.
plaza,
so
I
cool.
guess, because
Yeah, I
I
was
know
gonna say you're in Spain
know how to
now.
Yeah,
speak
exactly.
Spanish
Get with the
anymore.
Catalonia.
program. What is it in Catalonian?
I
Yeah,
have no effing
Catalan.
idea.
Let's make up a word for it. Flutzy.
Yeah,
I love it. I'm using it.
I
Let
speak
'em-
Catalonian.
do you?
You can have a real language and then make up a word and be like, I speak that language.
You just did it though.
Right?
That's how it works. Okay.
All right, lovely.
All right, y'all. Item number 1, balls hot.
Balls hot.
Oh, Dory,
Check.
we've thoroughly found out the science between balls hot and
We
balls
researched it.
not needing to be hot. It's
Yeah.
just about sweatiness. It's not actually about heat.
Oh,
because balls
I
remain
was
cooler than
wondering
the
if
rest
you
of the
were
body.
actually talking about balls. Or
We
not.
were. We researched it.
We did. Molly was
You
very
shouldn't be
concerned.
I
confused,
Googled it.
right? So Patrick was suggesting that for our agenda, essentially, we could just go through each of our own categories and kind of touch through each of the items in that category to see where everyone's at.
I think that's a
Can-
great idea.
Can somebody screenshot or can somebody put it up on the screen?
Yeah, I can share it.
That would be
rules.
awesome because
Screen share it.
I can't access it right now. Sorry.
Cool, cool. No, it's fine.
Okay, here we go. Let me keep Patrick's up high. Sorry.
Should we just start at the top then?
Yeah.
Essentially?
Finance?
Sounds
Can you
good.
zoom in, Patrick?
Sure. Is that
A
better?
little bit more. Sorry.
More?
I can't read it.
I got it's huge.
Gosh, Grandma.
Grandma, turn your thing
Oh,
on
there
its
we go.
side.
Oh, oops. Yeah, there we go. That's
Okay. Finance and accounting. Bitches, that's me.
Yep.
budgeting.
Life is finance and accounting. I don't have any updates. We've collected most of the receipts for this past trip in New York. So I feel like it would be a great idea, Dory, for you and I to do a post-mortem on that budget.
Okay.
I haven't had time to do that yet. Obviously, you haven't either. So that may be something that we do after your training and after I'm done traveling for the next month or whatever. But the upcoming situation is San Francisco, right?
Right.
Yes.
Exactly. That's what I'm worried about, right? Because that comes
So
up in September.
I just read that email that you sent Allie about your receipts saying that there's some money in the account right now and that you wanted to advocate for reimbursing the expenses for the barbecue. But I'm wondering if that money might be better spent in preparation for San Francisco, at least for now.
Maybe so. If everybody's okay with that, then I'm fine with that.
You guys haven't booked your tickets or anything yet, right?
Right?
Mm-mm.
That's not going to get cheaper. Well, maybe it will actually get a little bit cheaper as time goes by, but not by much.
Okay.
Yeah, what? We're about 2 months out, right, Allie?
Yeah. Right.
And like 6 weeks is a good time, so in like 2 weeks is a good time to buy tickets, right?
Right. We should buy tickets in the next
Okay.
couple weeks. I have a quick question
Add that to the calendar.
for you, Molly, and Dory also. Since you guys are collecting receipts, as I have the receipts from San Francisco that I've sent you guys a couple. Do you want me to go ahead and put them in a folder, like so you don't have to? And just tell you when I put them there, or do you want me to just send them to you and you want to put them in a folder? What's easier for you?
I think it's fine if you put them in a folder, but I would love notification.
Right.
It's like
Okay.
like a link to the folder.
Right. Okay. So I'll go ahead and put them into
Because it looks like we have
similar. Is there a San Fran folder?
in the finance and accounting folder.
Uh-huh.
There is not, but there is about to be.
Okay. So we could just put it in there. We'll just make a
Yeah.
San Francisco Fringe. And then, okay, I'll put the receipts in there, and every time I do, I'll just, like, shoot you a little email telling you what I put in there, so you know it's there.
Yeah.
There is a San Francisco Fringe. Is this an expense report or a budget?
I think it's an expense report.
Okay.
I just moved it.
Okay.
You can also delete it if it's not helpful. I made that a while ago to start tracking the money being spent on that project, but
Okay.
now that's in y'all's hands. Okay. I'll do that.
All right, I just created a, oh shit. I just created a San Francisco Fringe folder.
Awesome. I see it.
Cool.
Cool, I'll put it in there.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, that answers that.
Oh wait, wrong one. Sorry. There we go. That's better.
Here we go. Oh, shit.
Do we want to put together a budget for Beep and Bop right now? Just quickly?
I think that, well, I
Or do we
don't
want-
know, because what we really need to know is, like, some averages. Like, what is it, like, where you guys are staying with Chris, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And, but you're responsible for your own food.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly. So we need to, like, average out how much food costs in San Francisco, which is going to be very different than from someplace else.
Right.
To average out, like, how will you guys be traveling? Will you use Chris's car? Will you?
Oh, I didn't even think of that.
Probably.
Yeah, like these,
Probably
Yeah.
train passes.
so
Yeah, public transit.
what I would like to do is, like, send you guys a list of questions.
Okay.
Okay.
Answer, and I'll CC you, Molly. And then that way, with those questions, you guys can answer them, and then Molly and I can make the averages to make the budget.
Awesome. That works for me.
Perfect.
Okay. That sounds great.
Cool.
We might have to negotiate a little bit, but I think it's doable.
Timesheets.
I've not been good about that.
I have not done a single thing, and I am so sorry, you guys. Like, no, I mean, I've done a lot. I've done work for Tucson. I just haven't put it on the timesheet.
Yeah.
Well, maybe this is just a reminder then to track the time that you're spending on Tutsani.
Yeah.
And that's just for us for sort of accounting, looking at how much time things are for us in the future as we grow. Right?
Yeah.
Cool. Expense reports are coming.
Yeah.
Taxes.
We don't have to
So-
do those right now, do we?
Taxes and government paperwork. I just wanted, since these are my little subcategories, I'm working on getting together all the past taxes and, like, government paperwork and making sure it's all scanned in and uploaded, and I'll just put it in the financial folder. Is that easiest for you guys? Just I'll put one as taxes, one is government paperwork, which is like our 501c3 acceptance letter and bylaws and stuff like that.
I'm making a tax folder in the finance and accounting.
Beautiful. I will dump all tax things in there. There's not a whole lot because a lot of it is done online because we make less than $100,000 a year. So
There is a government paperwork folder outside of finance and accounting. Do you want me to move that into finance and accounting, Molly?
Yes.
And then there's also a funding stuff to sort. Do you want me to move that into finance and accounting?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yes.
Oh, actually, some of that might be related to development, though. Yeah,
Oh,
fundraiser,
right, you're
Kickstarter,
right.
bonfire. Okay, never mind. Oh, wait.
Oh yeah, those all go into development.
So in this government paperwork, it looks like a lot of this stuff you can leave in here, but there's one folder that says taxes 2011, so I'm going to put that in the tax folder. Is that cool?
Yep, beautiful.
In my mind, sort of the person who's the advocate for that space sort of organizes their folder the way they want.
Yeah,
Does that make sense?
Makes sense.
Okay.
that's perfect.
And maybe we can, within the larger one, make a sort of index, Google Drive index, that later we can
Goggle.
which,
No, that's smart, so we know where to find things
exactly.
if we need to. Like that.
Actually, I'm going to put a 1 in front of it, so then it's at the top.
Thank you.
I'll send out these meeting minutes too, which have links to both the finance folder for San Francisco and the tax folder. So at least if we've discussed it in the meeting, there should be a link on how to get there by the end of the meeting.
That sounds great.
Okay.
Perfect.
On to development.
Yes. Patrick, thank you for that grant that you sent me. I'm looking at that.
Cool.
I'm just going to keep plugging away, and I'll send you guys things as I do them. I haven't really been able to get started since we talked last time just because of the madness of coming to Barcelona.
Right.
But I am getting on that this week now that I've kind of settled into also like what I understand as my daily routine, which I wasn't sure what that was going to be when I was first here.
Right.
And then I will see, but I will be sending those also your way, Patrick, because you're very good with the words.
Yeah.
When I want you to look at it and say yay or you should say this instead.
Yeah.
Sort of thing.
I'm
But that
going
should be
to
happening
add
this week.
to the Google Drive the Open Meadows deadline,
Okay.
which is August 15th.
Mm-hmm.
So we do have a little bit of time, and the whole idea of that grant is that it's for organizations with a budget of $75,000 or less,
Right.
and is specific to women
Women.
creating, and it doesn't necessarily mean it's a company of only women, but it's
Right.
led
Right.
by women and organized by women,
Yes.
right? So I was like,
Exactly.
we're actually kind of perfect for this.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And I think that the show, I don't know if it needs to be show specific, but yeah.
Is it really called Open Meadows?
It's called
Open
Open Meadows.
Okay, just checking.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, no, I saw that and I thought that was really interesting. So I'm gonna formulate something for that. But yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna look at it a little bit deeper because I don't think it has to be show specific. I think it's just about us as a company.
I think so. I think I haven't looked that far into it, but I think it might be.
Which would be
okay.
really helpful because it would be really good just to be able to cover some costs this year.
Oh, it
Yeah.
does.
Of having to work specifically on a.
So the application deadline was August 15th?
Yes.
Yeah.
I put it in
Yes.
the calendar.
Cool.
Um,
That's awesome.
July 1st to midnight, August 15th.
And small startup organizations are given priority. So I think we're really good for this. This was a really good find, Patrick.
yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
This is so cool.
Oh, okay. Proposals must be project specific. They don't do general operating expenses. And events need to be happening in the future. They don't fund after the fact. So we might be able. This might be perfect for Food, Sex, and Big Checks.
I agree. This could get
Yeah.
us
That's
to
what I was
this
thinking.
could pay expenses for the festival.
Yep,
Yeah.
Yep.
that'd be perfect.
And even actually, this is good for us to think about because it really wants us to focus on women and young women. So like, if we can find a way to engage, I was even like, oh, I wonder if Arkansas, like the Arkansas tour, and if we could like partner with just say we're focusing on, or like, you know,
Let me
I don't know.
con-
Anyway,
let me-
well,
Let
Oh,
me also contact Jessica Sabin because she's a really good contact I have in Arkansas that works for a lot of organizations that also empower women and a lot of nonprofits there that do work in like schools and things. So
that's awesome.
let me just see if I can I'll write her an email tonight and see if maybe if she has any suggestions of somebody we might be able to partner with to help us look a little better even on that tour.
that sounds great.
Sounds amazing.
Okay,
Perfect.
what's next on my list? Sorry,
Oh,
Patrick, I
sorry,
have to go
I'm
back to
on
that
the
page.
wrong thing. Yeah,
Thank
fundraising.
Fundraising. So
This is
yeah, Patrick, I wanted to talk to you and Allie about this as far as San Francisco. Is there something that you want to do in San Francisco for fundraising?
Well, the problem with San Francisco is we're probably not going to be there for very long. We essentially
Right.
can be there for the time that we perform the show, and then we have to get out of there because Allie and I both have to go back to school.
Right. Plus,
Right.
I don't know if we have enough of a community in San Francisco. Maybe we do.
Yeah.
In San Francisco,
Right.
It
I mean, the
depends.
other thing. Oh, sorry.
Bob and his girlfriend are there, so they'll probably drum up some support.
Well,
But
and the other thing is my brother is there, and all of his friends are doctors who actually, like, you know, they pretend that they're not rich, but they're actually much richer than all of us.
right.
And I even said to him, I was like, oh, we can invite all your friends to the show. And he's like, oh, how much are tickets? And I was like, $18. And he's like, oh, my God, everyone will come. And I was
Yeah.
like, oh, because I think he thought they were going to be like, you know, $50 tickets or something. Yeah, I know. But
I
then I
wish.
found out the tickets are actually $12.
Yeah.
So now I'm like, oh, okay.
Like
But we
everyone.
might be able to do, maybe we can either do a workshop or a fundraiser.
Yeah.
Fundraiser's harder though.
are there any rules in the festival about selling merch?
We'll
we can
have
look
to
into that.
contact them because it'd be nice if we could have merch there.
I'm sure they must have that shit on the website. I mean, we can't be the only ones. Well,
Right.
maybe. Maybe
Yeah.
we are the only ones.
I would suggest also if we wanted to do a fundraiser in San Francisco, if we do have enough people who might bring friends, we could do something like the poker night we did in LA, where it's a bunch of people getting together and you like split the pot with the toots so it goes to a good cause.
Right. The hard thing with that for us in general is we don't have space. We don't have someone's house. I know that we're staying with my brother, but I don't know if I feel comfortable asking my brother to have a
Right.
fundraiser in a house that he's renting from a friend of his.
Totally.
That's a very fancy house. He would definitely say no.
Right.
But you
It's
know,
a space.
Steven is also from San Francisco. It's possible that I could
Oh.
ask him and Bob
Right.
if there's any space that could be donated, or if they know of anyone that would donate their space as part of the fundraiser.
Right.
I
So it
don't
might be
know.
worth it to at least just ask around people we know in San Francisco and see if anything comes back. And if it doesn't, like, we don't have to do it. I just think that we can't do anything big anyway because we'll overextend ourselves.
Right.
But we do have a few days in between the two weekends that are free and open, and we may be able to do a casual evening thing that doesn't take very much planning.
Right.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah, we should, Allie, this is something that for you and I maybe, and this is just thinking ahead, is like searching out in like researching companies that are sort of like the Toots in that whole thing. We should look at companies and look at the ways they raise money, especially smaller companies. Like if they do, I don't know. I don't know what San Francisco looks like at all.
Right, theater-wise.
There's a company that two ADAers started, and they're just now doing a bunch of stuff, I think. And so we should talk to them.
Yeah, definitely.
Melissa Carter, and I can't remember the other one's name. It's the Bonfire Group or Bonfire Company or something like that. And Bob just saw one of their shows, and they've added all these people to it and did it in this great place. They must have found money somehow. I'm not really sure how, because they're only a few years old. I mean, they did their first thing in Crisis Art 2 years ago.
If we can look up those companies, a lot of the stuff is publicly
Bonfire
available.
Yeah. Can we also talk to these people? Can you put us in touch with them? I mean, I think we essentially.
I can CC you.
Yeah, please.
Introduce you.
Just so then we can get to know them, but since we're coming, but also we can like sort of ask them like, what does San Francisco look like? Like, what is the landscape?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Who's
That'd be
coming
great.
to theater? Yeah.
I may be able to ask Max's aunt, because his whole family's from Berkeley and San Francisco, and his aunt was a theater producer out there. So I'll write her a Facebook message and see what she says. But that may be more like formal theater. So, but I'll still ask. I'll see if anything comes of it.
I forgot. Alex's good friend Lindsay does sound for music, concert, theater venues.
Oh.
So she might be a great contact as well. And does she own that place?
What?
That place she was staying at.
Yeah, her and Julia.
They own it together?
Yeah.
Still?
I don't know about stuff.
Huh. We should ask, because they have that great rooftop
The deck space.
deck.
That great view of San Francisco.
Yeah, we might be able to like
Do a rooftop party.
do something small.
Yeah.
Like 20, like not even 20, maybe 10, 15 people.
Yeah. I think small, intimate event would be
Okay.
the best if we could pull it together.
Swing it.
Thank you, my love.
No worries.
Thank God he's eavesdropping.
Thank heaven.
I just got an evil look.
How can I not be dropping right next to me?
Okay. So
Cool.
Patrick, if you'll ask about that, I will introduce you guys to the Bonfire Makers, and
Awesome.
I will also contact Bob and G-Ben about what they know.
Awesome. Molly, did you get all of this in the notes?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Just because I was like trying to write things down, but I'm like,
I
No,
wrote a bunch
I'm
of them,
keeping
too.
track, but the last thing I wrote down is Patrick to get Alex to put him in touch with something about a rooftop space.
Lindsay's her name.
Touch with Lindsay.
That's the person who does sound design or
Yeah.
sound.
So
So it sounds like
Sure.
we may be able to put together an intimate event.
Yeah.
That would
Be great.
and make it happen. And if we find out in the next month, like if we find out by August 1st that things are just not falling in place, then we scrap it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And maybe my other question for us, and maybe this is the wrong spot for it, but maybe not, but I'm thinking about, we did make a little bit of money on our workshop here. Do we want to try and do that there? Because that can be part of our research in looking at, in talking to these companies,
Right.
like what's going on for workshops.
I think that's a good question for the Bonfire Company. Like,
Right.
Yeah.
if there's a market.
Right. Okay. Let's
Right.
ask
Yeah.
them. Let's pursue a workshop and a fundraiser, and then
And see what becomes fruitful.
In a
Maybe
month,
matter of pursuing both and seeing which one has legs.
exactly, and not
Right.
being afraid
Yeah.
to cut them if we need to.
Yes.
Right.
Cool.
So research, again, this move to Barcelona was much more chaotic than I expected, and I have not started research, but I will do it
Exactly.
starting this week. And then applications. I contacted Faux Real Festival.
Right.
Awesome.
Did they get back to you?
Well, that's the thing is I haven't checked the Tucson email. So I need to check it and see.
I haven't seen anything pop up from them.
So I will write to Nike and see what's going on with that because he works the festival every year, so he has to know something.
Right.
That'd be great.
There hasn't been anything up, like anything public gone up or anything. So I'm wondering
Right.
if they're either in a, they might just be in a state of sort of like, we don't know if we're going to do this yet.
Right.
So I think that this happens with them every year.
I
don't-
wouldn't doubt
I
it.
think
They
they're
sort of look like
very
that.
like
festival.
open and creative people.
Right.
So that organization side is not really like, I don't think their forte.
Right.
Though I think it would still be a really good opportunity for us because it's a really beautiful festival with a lot of cool people in it.
Who is this again?
It's the Faux Real Festival in New Orleans.
Yeah, Faux Real.
Faux Real.
Girl, are you for
It
real?
used to be NOLA Fringe, right? But it's not anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah, so I'll contact Nike and see what the heck is going on with them. He's got to know.
FAUX?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
These guys are actually good
So,
for us.
that's that for now. What's Frigid New York? What are you looking at?
Hold on. Let me see.
Wait, by Exit
Application.
Theater? That's interesting because Exit Theater is the name of the place hosting San
Exactly.
Fringe.
Frigid was founded by the San Francisco Fringe people.
That is interesting.
But Frigid is in NYC. It's not in
Right.
San Francisco. So if we do well there, we might have a space for us in Frigid.
That would be great.
That'd be awesome.
And that would be next February, March.
That'd be awesome.
But that's one festival I'm thinking about. And the other one is, and this is sort of a long shot, but I think it would be fun for us to submit, because it's sort of weird for us to submit for this actually, but I think if we can get something together in time, it would be cool. The Humanifest,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
which is huge for like new play development. But they also like weird stuff. Like they like new play development, but they also like sort of like funky things and ensemble-based stuff.
Weird stuff.
So a lot of folks who, like playwrights I know, have got their start at Humanifest. Like their first play was like a 10-minute play at Humanifest, and then they went on to like da-da-da-da-da. So I think I'm gonna try during July to get something together for Food, Sex, and Big Checks, and maybe I don't know, maybe we I don't know, maybe we I wish we had video. Maybe we do. I don't know. But
Okay.
I think if we could get something together for Humanifest, or maybe even Beep and Bop, I don't know. Or maybe even Don't Save the Princesses, I don't know. It's something to think about. And the submission for it is August 1st, so we have about a month till then.
Okay.
Okay.
Packages will be available mid-November. Does that sound right?
What?
Wait, looking at a different thing. Humana Festival of New American Plays.
Yes.
Yes.
But there is a whole, okay.
10-minute play contest.
Louisville.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's very funky. But they have a whole, I need to find it. There was like a whole thing about ensemble-based something, but I'm not finding it on the website now. But I'll look it up. I just wanted to mention it because then, yeah, it's in the group brain.
I like it.
Okay.
Okay.
Is it me now? Brand management?
I think so.
Yeah.
Okay. Words, essentially, this sort of about us, mission, vision, bios, CV, CV is what it is. About us, mission, vision. I think it would be good for us to sort of look at that, but I don't think we should do that in this meeting. I think maybe the next meeting we take a little time to like look at one of them.
Right.
Maybe the mission, maybe the vision, and then or maybe one of us sort of pulls together. I don't know. I think it would be good for us to look at. I don't quite know how best to develop that.
Okay.
And maybe it's just starting with sort of like some big ideas we want to make sure are in there, and then going from there. Or we pull some of the stuff we've already worked with and see if that's working, or if we want to adjust in certain ways.
Okay.
But I do think it would be good for us to look at that.
Okay. Have we updated the CV and put on like this last development period on there?
I'm gonna say no.
Okay. We should just make sure that it's
I'm
up
gonna
to date.
Yeah.
It doesn't need much on it, I don't think.
All right. Let me see. Okay.
It's always good for us to regularly update our bios to our individual ones. I was just
Yeah. I keep
Definitely.
having to do that because I've had to put it on other things, and I'm like, oh, this is old.
Oh, this is cool. Yeah, I have some bios. There's another drive in. Allie, did you drop your Tutsani folder in here?
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's a big, confusing Tutsani folder.
There's a big mess of Tutsani stuff.
Uh-huh.
But that's great. We can sort of organize that as we desire.
I see that picture of the four of us. Oh.
I know.
That's
funny.
What
I love that
interesting
picture.
foreshadowing. What's in the background? Oh, is this in DC? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
We're so cute.
We're so
don't change anything.
We're
so
super cute.
young.
That was like a year ago.
Oh, go back.
Wait, where am I going back to? Here?
All right, now you can move.
Oh. Okay, cool. Media. Yeah, so for the most part, I've just been organizing and trying to organize a lot of the media that we have for Tutsani and trying to sort of put it into controlled spaces. I'm going to put together a sort of index of etc. I also know, this is the hard thing about photo and video. They take up tons of space. So they're not in the Google Drive. They're not necessarily in the Dropbox. They are probably on people's computers.
Yeah.
And I want to figure out a system for having them, knowing where everything is, but also having a backup of everything. Whether that is a external hard drive, but then also...
Why we have it in the drive? Why wouldn't that be less, like, wouldn't that be easier on
Here's
everyone?
the thing with Google
There's
Drive.
not enough space.
Exactly. We get 15 gigabytes. Depending on who you are, you might be close to it. I'm at about 6 gigabytes. I know some people are around, someone's at like 12. I think it might be Allie.
Yeah.
But other people are at more. And the thing is, I also use this for work. I use this for a lot of other things besides Tutsani, so I can't overwhelm my Google Drive with stuff, because whoever uploads it, it's considered part of their allotment of
I
photo
thought
video.
Google Drive meant however much we wanted forever and ever.
No,
Fucking
that's not quite how it works. We get 15 gigabytes forever and ever.
how are we gonna live like this?
There is Dropbox. There is
I hate
Flickr.
Dropbox.
There's the other thing to remember is Squarespace. When it comes to that sort of photo
good.
stuff,
Yeah.
we can fill up Squarespace, but the images can only be a certain size. They can only be 2 gigabytes or less,
Right.
or megabytes, or gigabytes,
Right.
something. 2 megabytes or less per image. But you can add as many images as you want. So so like creating galleries that hold stuff is another good way for us to do this. me put together a sort of plan for photo video archiving, but
Okay.
mostly it's about us figuring out where everything is.
But you
And
know,
if someone has photos and videos, letting us know about those. I'm thinking specifically about like videos of Love Letter Lost, videos of art for sale. There's a lot of stuff that's sort of missing.
I feel like Liam probably has a lot of that stuff, and as
I
somebody
think he uploaded all the stuff. He
to drop
uploaded a ton into YouTube and deleted it. So I think whatever he had is on YouTube. I think a lot of this video is either with Allie or lost.
Oh.
That's a good idea, though. We can have, like, having albums and having our YouTube channel is a great resource for us.
Yeah.
Everything accessible.
Can videos go on the new Google Photos? Have you seen the new Google Photos thing where you can upload like up to 1 terabyte of photos?
No.
Yeah. So we were researching something, the same thing, because we're running out of space on our hard drives at the ADA, and so Will was looking up like, is there a place to put them? But we have more than 1 terabyte, so like we can't do it for the ADA. But it seems like this is something we could do for TubeBunny, at least for now.
That might be a good idea. Can we put videos on there? Yeah.
Yeah, we can do videos.
Don't say anything that I can't read, or somebody else write down if he's reading report.
What did you say, Molly?
I'll write it down. I think she just needed someone to write down what's going on because she had to.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So we're gonna use Google Photos.
That's a great idea. Yeah. So if people, yeah.
Could we dump photos first and then we will organize them, sort of a thing, or?
Yeah, if you have stuff, dump it, and I'll organize it. Just let me know that you dumped it.
Right. Okay. I'm sure I have a shitload everywhere.
Right, and maybe we dump it into the Tutsani Google Photos rather than your own personal Google Photos.
Yes.
Does that make sense?
Specifically under the Tutsani account, so make sure to log in under Tutsani. I would say, as we're starting to do this, I would love to have a hard copy also back up, because I'm always paranoid about losing everything as well. So I'll find my external hard drive somewhere, because it has like 1 terabyte of space on it. Oh, I found it! It's been missing for a few weeks, and it was right next to me. Anyway. Just as a side note, Patrick, I would also love to have a hard copy of photos and video.
Right.
That's all.
For you personally.
Yeah, just because I'm paranoid about it getting lost, and I.
So you want to do 3 backups?
100 backups.
Yes.
Okay.
It's fine. I can probably do it on my own from the Google Photos folder.
Okay.
Actually.
Okay.
Just in case. Okay.
Website, we're going to update. Well, I can update for Beep and Bop coming up. But in relation to that, I wanted to start pulling together sort of, and we can just use images for right now, but I was thinking about the postcard, and I started playing around with some stuff and sending it around, but I guess one of the things that's okay. One of the things for us to think about with that is for that postcard, sort of what's our. I was like, oh, we should put together that. Do you remember for Love Letter Lost, we had to do like 5 words and then a short or then 2 sentences and then a 5-sentence paragraph, right?
Right.
And we do sort of have one of those, but I wonder if we can do more of those, and then we can also sort of talk about the tone we want for the sort of marketing that space.
Yeah. And for our whole idea of the show, because it'll bleed into all the marketing, website, social media, audience.
Exactly. exactly.
Yeah, that would be great.
Well, yeah. Should we wait with that?
Well, we're gonna get down to project-specific production, right? And then we can talk about Beep and Bop specifically, or we can do it now, I guess.
Okay, we can wait. Website will update, and then social media?
Social media. We've had a post almost every single day. I'm getting better at it. I've signed up now for Latergram, which lets you schedule posts like in the future, and then it'll send you a little reminder with it all set up and ready to go to post stuff. It's been really fun. Now that I've been doing it a little bit, I'm excited to like make it clearer now. Like I'd like to start having Throwback Thursdays or Fun Fridays, like a sort of theme for different posts so that they start to be a little bit different, but always a bit pointed to what's coming up and what we're working on to kind of keep attention on it. I'm finding it helps reach more people when I'm able to tag the theaters we're going to perform in or the festivals, or when I talk about like the Clown Festival or Commedia specifically, we get people who are interested in those looking at us. It's been interesting.
Well, and if you put together a little, like, a calendar, or I don't know if there's like a calendar or a like schedule, there might be a way for others to engage with that.
Which I would love. I wrote down for myself to build a social calendar where it's like what kind of posts, like the different categories of posts, because then, yeah,
Right.
people can dump pictures that they think of, because we have so many good photos now. It's great if everybody's like, oh, this photo would be perfect for this sort of thing. And like I know Liam's super good at that sort of thing. He has a good mind for it, so I'd love when he gets any pockets of time if he could be like, oh, these pictures.
Also, Molly always takes pictures of our meetings.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's perfect. That's perfect for Facebook, Instagram, everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. I always, I don't know if this is making things easier or harder. I always hashtag everything Tootzani that's Tootzani related, and I've gone back into old pictures that I've done and edited them so that the hashtag exists there too. That could be a quick way to find all the stuff that I've posted.
That'd be awesome. But also for things that haven't been posted so that we can post them again in the future. I guess maybe we can look at that as we're putting them all into the Google Photos, though.
Totally forgot about that. Jesus Christ. Thanks, Patrick.
Wait, what?
I just forgot that I ever do that. I'm not the person who does that, so I never think about the fact that I have taken pictures of like, all of our meetings.
Yeah, I love that.
And that's like a perfect sharing thing for Tootzani as well as you.
Yeah, as well as me.
Right.
Actually, anyway. Actually, your little like idea. This is interesting. This is just a thought, and I'm just whatever. Your little like, I don't remember your thing, your app that was like so many seconds a day.
Yeah, the 1 second every day.
1 second. That, which could be like a fun, like a 1 second a week or something for Tootzani, just to see like what we're doing.
That's a good idea.
Like one.
We have to do it next year.
1 second a day?
Yeah, we're already. Plus, my app deleted while I was in New York this time, so bummer.
Yeah.
But that is actually a good idea. That would be a really fun thing for us to do as a company.
Well, it's sort of like our videos, right? And then we combined them and made that one sort of long, sped up thing.
Right. Yeah.
I love that.
That's sort of this.
Like that.
I like these ideas of like little bits here and there that build to something greater.
Yeah.
Okay. Research blog. I have sort of let that sit for a second. Partially because I know that we're sort of working out how to do all of these other elements, but I'm hoping to put together a calendar and sort of talk with everyone and look at like what are some things that you're interested in, what do you want to talk about, and look at ways in which everyone can contribute to a blog that's sort of talking about the research of Tutsani, and posting at least once a week to the blog, which might help for you, Allie, that once a week on social media is a research post.
Right. I would love that.
But I want to put together a calendar for it so that we have stuff like 2-3 weeks out, so we're not scrambling at the end.
Yeah.
So I don't want to rush this at the moment, but I do also
Right.
know that it's coming.
If it helps, I have 2 pages of blog post topics that I got from looking at all the other Facebook posts and things from the Commedia groups and from physical theater groups. I can send it to you.
Yeah, sure. I sort of, I mean, and that might be, yeah, I mean, you can just add it to the Google Drive too.
Yeah.
As like ideas for blog posts. But I also want to like talk to everyone and see what they're interested in discussing.
Right.
Like, what is something that you would want to write about? Molly, Dory, Allie, Liam, Allegra. Even if it is like just a paragraph, I'm fine with that. As long as that's something that you're interested in, kind of, or you're already thinking about for the company.
Mm-hmm.
Because we're already doing it. It's a matter of figuring out how to capture it, and maybe it's about doing little little video blogs about it as well, right? Like, so I'm going to try and pull together a little time in the near future to figure out how to do that with everyone.
That sounds good.
Do you guys ever read the notes that I write?
Yeah.
Every so often.
Every once in a while, because it's like my voice, right? That's captured. That's like one of the things I think about when I keep meeting notes is that I write them very much in my own voice. And sometimes I feel like there are some real gems in there.
So I'll start research for Molly's blog posts in the meeting notes. That sounds perfect.
Okay, cool.
Beautiful.
Time management.
My turn. Group communication is kind of general. I don't have much to report. Have the emails, I guess, been okay or clear? I like that subject lines have been pretty clear as of late.
Yeah.
Not much to say about that. Notes and agenda. Clearly, we need to read more to find all of Molly's gems. We've just decided. The calendar, I'm currently trying to clear out like old meetings and times like that. And yeah, make sure everything's on there, I guess. Thank you, Patrick, for adding on like Humana Festival, stuff like that. I'm finding the calendar increasingly useful, especially for applications. So I guess that would be hand in hand with you, Dory, and Patrick, as we are either applying or finding grants, as well as like festivals, residencies, whatever. Because I think it puts a fire under us when it's like, oh, this application's due in 1 or 2 days. We better make sure it's done.
Yes.
Right.
I like it. The reminders on my phone help me a lot. So, is there anything any of you feel is really missing from the calendar, I guess? Seems pretty clear to me.
No.
Okay. So that was calendar. Next is what? Communication?
Oh, hold on, sorry.
It's
I was
okay.
adding
Go ahead.
something to the calendar.
Thank you.
Contact list, communication.
So that's everyone. Haven't done this as we should. I do have little cards that I'm starting. I want to write thank you notes and mail them out by the end of the week. At least a thank you note to Ariel NYC for donating to our fundraiser. And we're giving it to Alex, so I'm planning to get a picture from him with it being like, oh, he won this thing, and then he's going to go to a class with me, I think, at some point, and I'll get a picture of that and be like, oh, he's using it. He had a great time, sort of a thing.
In Rewind to the Calendar, sorry, I'm a couple steps behind.
No, it's good.
You guys have a development calendar put together for Beep and Bop? Like a schedule?
Sort of. We need to
We have a
talk
yeah.
about that.
Well, we essentially said for the next, we have a number of things. We've split up Beep and Bop into chunks that we have, and each chunk gets a 2-hour rehearsal piece. We haven't scheduled all of the rehearsals, but we know that we're doing 2 per week for the next weeks, which means we should have a draft of Beep and Bop by the 1st of August.
Okay.
A final draft.
So, calendar-wise, it might be helpful. We also put together 3 months out, 2 months out, 1 month out of everything that needs to be decided, and I would like to put in dates. And I was hoping, like, at the end of going through each thing, because we're going to get to project specific at the very end, that we could talk about Beep and Bop and kind of set dates, like how we were saying, by the end of August, we'll know for sure whether we're doing a fundraiser or a workshop, or if we're dropping one. And I think that we should set deadlines like that.
Okay.
For, like, making postcards need to be ordered by a certain point, which means going back that artwork needs to be decided by a certain point, which means, you know, things like that. So I would like to put together more specific Beep and Bop project deadlines.
Great. 1 month out.
What's next?
And, oh yeah, we were in communications. That's the biggest communication, but
Well, and we've sort of.
we
Oh,
need
sorry.
to kind of. Oh, sorry. I mean, it's mostly Patrick's subcategory anyway. So if it'd be great to get the Muhlenberg email sent out by the end of the week, and
Right.
Yeah.
that sort of thing. Figure
Well,
out
and
who we
this-
need to reach out to.
Right. This, I think the start of this for us is really looking at who we, and I like how we were talking about San Francisco, sort of brainstorming people that we're connected to, reaching out to them, right? That's sort of the, like, communication, relationship management start of stuff for San Francisco. But looking forward, and we are doing this looking forward as well, right? For real, Dory, you're reaching out to your friend there, and then Arkansas, you're also reaching out to some folks there. But really thinking about, as we move forward, doing a lot of prep communication in these spaces so that we're like establishing ourselves.
Right.
The hard thing, well, the thing that I want to, like, put together, and maybe Dory, I should, is like looking at where we have relationships that we've sort of let fall away, and how do we sort of pick those back up.
Yeah.
Allie and I had talked a little bit about this with, like, CCU and other spaces where we have relationships established, and how do we either pick those back up and keep them growing, or how do we make sure that someone's sort of in charge of a person so that we, you know, I don't know, so that we're not, like, dropping our things. And even looking at New York City just now, and, like, the Clown Festival coming up too, right? Like, making sure our communication around these pieces is, and even San Francisco Fringe, is, like, top notch. So then we're building good relationships across the board. Because really, one of the things, and we didn't really talk too much about this, but one of the things that, for me, came out of the team workshop was everything is relationships. Literally everything is maintaining relationships, making sure you know who your relationships are, fostering relationships, networking. Like, literally everything is around who you know and who you can, like, get to know you better so that you can keep growing. And I was like, oh, I guess I knew this, but it's like, we just like that is like number one priority always across the board for them was relationships, and I was like, it makes total sense.
Yeah.
But sort of making sure we are aware of it, tracking it.
It's ironic
Maintaining
because it all
it.
goes back to the work too. Like that's what makes the work we do successful or not, the relationships
Right.
we have with our work and
Yeah.
the audience, or us with each other and the audience.
Right.
Right.
Hey, you guys.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm gonna have to go really soon just because I have to get home to Betta before she goes to bed.
Totally.
Okay.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. So just really quick on contacts and communication. Patrick, is it helpful? Because I don't know if you're keeping a list or if we should keep a list. I can brainstorm who maybe the people I can think of that we need to touch base with to maybe be
Yeah, that's
put
great.
into a list just as a start.
That's great. I mean, I guess for everyone, think about spaces where we've let things sort of fall away.
Yeah.
And maybe for the next meeting, we can touch base on those, sort of like who have we let fall away? Who do we need to maintain a relationship with better?
Right. That'd be great.
Give a little love to. Okay.
Perfect.
Sorry.
Okay. No, it's okay. I'm going to try and just race through the rest of the little topics. Reflections and development. Just got Liam's reflection, which is great. So the only one left is Allegra, which I will email, see if I can't get a little bit out of her. I've been reading them all. They look great.
Right. What I'd like to do with that stuff really quickly is just figure out how we can implement that information in our next development period, especially when it comes to structure.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and maybe for our next meeting, we need to go through those.
Yeah.
Or like
Yeah.
give some time to go through and get like the like whatever the like action, not action item, but like what's the learning point? How can we use that the next development period?
I can do that. I can put that together.
Awesome.
Agreed.
Perfect.
Cool.
Project-specific delegation. Beep and Bop is our next big thing. Like Patrick mentioned, we're putting together, like, I think coming up with a tone and aesthetic overall would be great. So maybe we can just do a little Google Drive document even, or an email chain with a little brainstorm like the one we did before.
Okay.
If you
Yeah,
guys
and
think
is
that's a
it
good idea.
possible for us to see like the current version of Beep and Bop? Can you guys like, I don't know, video yourselves doing?
We've been all of our rehearsals are videoed and put into the YouTube channel.
Okay.
So you can go in and sort of see chunks of it. We don't have, and I guess maybe this is more for Allie and I to sit down and pull out, right? Are like sort of come back to the group with like the description, the sentence, the 5 words, the tone, right? And like see what you guys think. Like, oh, is that good? Does that seem weird? Right? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, and I was just wondering, do you guys have it where you could do it in a full run, like even of like, because I know you can see chunks of it, but I was wondering if you could do it in a full run sort of thing that like we could get a feeling for how it moves from one thing to the next and that sort of thing.
Right. We could do a walkthrough up to the point that we're at our next rehearsal, which would be next week because Patrick's leaving town this weekend.
Yeah.
I always think that's really helpful because once you start doing that, once you start pulling those, like even just in a walkthrough, like pulling those pieces together, other things come out of it that like we might see that could inform what we say about the piece.
Right. And we have a walkthrough from January, and we've done a walkthrough of all the stuff that
in
we've
our
been
last
working
video.
on in our last video. Yeah.
Okay.
So we are doing walkthroughs as we go, but we're working section by section, so it's sort of it is a walkthrough, but it's incomplete. Does that make sense? Our like big main walkthrough won't happen until probably mid-July.
Right.
Okay.
We won't have a full thing. But you can see, like if you just watch the most recent video, we touched through what we had already worked on, and then we kind of worked through the next section, and you can see that. And the actual like show part is not that long.
Okay.
You can kind of skip through and watch it.
Well, I'll try to watch that this week. So if you guys like can get some materials out on it by next week, then that way we can like say, is that what we saw? Do you know what I mean? Like, I just want the materials to match also what the audience is perceiving.
course.
Right,
Does that make
exactly.
sense? Since
Totally.
you guys are so in it, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
No, I know. That's why it's nice to have an outside eye to be like, actually, this is what I'm seeing.
Yeah. Like, yeah. Anyways, so
That's
I'll try
awesome.
and watch. I'll try and watch the newest one this week, and
Right.
maybe we should send it out to the rest of the toots and see if they can watch it this week. You know, like whoever can watch it should watch it, and then, you know.
Well, and
Just
and
leave it.
maybe the thing for Allie and I is when we're ready, when we have like a fuller walkthrough
Mhm.
around the middle of this month is when we should send it out to everyone. So then it is
Oh, I
sort of
see.
the best representation, because right now it is like a walkthrough, but it's still only the first 3
Pieces.
sections rather
Right.
than the first 7 sections, right?
Right.
Right.
So maybe once we're at that space where we've walked through the whole thing that we have as it is, we send that to everyone and say, hey, check this out. It's a walkthrough. It's not full out, but you can get the sort of tone and tenor of it.
That sounds
Right. I would want to double check the dates because we do probably need to get some sort of marketing materials sooner than that, right? Like at least like a postcard
a
image
press
for the
release.
website.
Yeah,
great. Press release for sure.
an image and a press
Right.
release are number one right now because we need to
Right.
get a press release out to like the things in San
Yeah.
Francisco, whatever the hell
We
those
need
are.
to start sending those out. So I think, Dory, what you're saying is you want to see what we have so far to make sure that what we're saying the tone is how it's coming
Is
across,
actually the tone. Yeah.
so that we don't like start marketing one way and then
Get the
realize later.
expectation in a different direction. I mean, I think that we did that a little bit with Art for Sale in New York, and we figured that
Right.
out, you know?
Yes.
Right. Right.
So we want to make sure that that's matching.
Okay.
Right.
You guys,
Right.
I'm sorry, I have to go.
I think
so
that's
sorry.
everything anyway. For now.
I
Yeah,
love
yeah.
you guys like crazy, and you guys decide on next meeting and just email me. You guys know that I'm not available until close to 6:15 now because Catherine
Yeah.
decided that we will go until 5:30. I say we,
Yeah.
not a group.
Mhm.
Anyways, so I love you guys, and just email me and let me know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Love you.
Love
Bye,
you.
guys.
Love you.
Bye.
Bye. Okay.
Awesome.
Probably don't need to.
Cool.
My other thought about marketing and advertising,
Uh-huh.
which I'm sad I can't share this, is Love Letter Lost. The tone of the marketing and advertising, I don't think was necessarily in line with the show, but it was bold and captured people's attention, right?
It
That's a
looks
good point.
professional and crisp.
Right.
Exactly.
Looks legit.
And even though
It
it
looked-
doesn't like directly reflect it, it didn't do any
Exactly.
like injustice to the show
No.
at all. I think it
No.
was great. That's a good point.
So-
We can
So
definitely
it
come
might
up.
not, like advertising and marketing might not have as much to do, and I think just about like theater in general.
Right.
The advertising is usually something that captures people's attention, not
That makes
it
sense.
doesn't, and it's sort of in line with the show, but more I think it's in line with the company, with
I agree.
Tutani,
Yeah.
than the show itself.
But I agree, and I'll say this. I look like I'm half asleep. The thing I loved about the advertising work for Love Letter Lost is I thought that it made us look like a professional company. I felt like it raised
Right.
you know what I'm saying? And I feel like
Right.
that should be the tone that carries through the rest of our advertising and marketing, especially on postcards, because that's going to be most people's first exposure to us is that picture, right? So we want to make sure that that picture is accurately representing not only the show that they're going to go see, but like us as a company, that we are like legit and professional and worth your
Professional.
$8.
Right. No, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
And it'll put a huge advantage. I peaked at San Fran Fringe because we were late putting our photo up. I was nervous about it. Oh, shoot.
What?
Sorry, the video lagged. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we're losing you a little bit.
We're losing you. If you turn off your video, we'll probably be able to hear you better.
It's all messed up.
If you turn off your video, we'll probably be able to hear you better.
Why is it so weird? Trying to turn the video off suddenly went weird.
Yeah. Just cut your video.
Cut your video. Here's another thing that, while Allie does that.
I'm trying. Shut up.
Can I cut your video?
I finally got it to turn off.
Okay, cool.
I was just really quick mentioning that I checked out the other San Fran Fringe photos, and one, we were not the last ones to get our photo up at least. Also, I think that we learned a lot from Capitol Fringe and everything about like having lighter postcards and having more professional whatever, and I think we're actually at an advantage this round.
Right.
I think that's mostly what I was going to say.
What do you guys think
I got distracted.
Thought that I just had?
Yeah.
When it comes to, I think our logo is our logo. I'm cool with that. With the little guy, the, little dude. But I think one of the takeaways that I have from Capitol Fringe and that postcard specifically is that like our advertisement for a specific show, I think, should be really crisp. Like more photos and text and fewer illustrations, because that is our first impression on other people. And the invitation for the barbecue, I love that invitation. It's so cute. But I also feel like that's people that know us, right? It's like a all connection to us, which is different than the impression that we give when we're doing those specific advertisements, especially for festivals. How do you guys
I agree.
Oh yeah, I think it definitely depends what we're advertising for. So like for a show, you definitely want like a beautiful photo with big bold text.
Because I think it's also important for people to see us in a mask on all of our marketing and advertising for shows.
Agreed.
Because that is what we are.
Exactly.
But I think one of the things, that's all I got.
Cool. All right.
Yeah.
One of the things I was thinking about, like I have a friend that works in marketing here, my job, and she puts together, what are they called? Brand guidelines for different marketing stuff.
Yeah.
And I thought that might be helpful for us too, that we have like brand guidelines for what it is that we use in marketing ourselves in different spaces, like for festivals versus fundraisers versus grants versus whatever.
Yeah, that sounds great.
Yeah.
That would be me under my stuff. Brand guide. Okay, hold on.
I'll type that in.
Right,
Well, I
think
under
that's already...
About Us, Mission, Vision, CV, brand guidelines.
Yeah, brand management. No, I think that's really important to understand. Like, I think specifically we were choosing illustration for the barbecue because pictures of us in masks feels production-y versus we wanted people to just come hang out and drink beer. Versus, but it'd be nice to see it broken down into all the different categories. I think that'd be really helpful.
Right. Awesome.
A very good tool.
Good job. Okay. I'm starting a brand guidelines thing. Because I also think the way we talk about ourselves on our website is probably different the way we talk about ourselves in grants and festival applications, and the way we talk about ourselves on Facebook and like all of these spaces are a little different.
I wonder if I can get us a copy of ours, or like some.
That'd be cool.
we could use
Yeah,
as
that
like
would be awesome.
a guideline for
That'd be
guide.
amazing.
Let me talk to my
Just to
friend.
like see how people break that
She-
down.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
manages her social media channels as well, so like Snapchat and Instagram and yada 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 yada. Yada.
That would be
That'd
awesome.
be amazing. Thank you.
Fun.
Okay,
Cool. This is
We have
really good.
so many things we need to do before
I have a
next
whole
one.
list of action items in my notes here. But
Okay, cool.
that's great. I think that the categories helped keep everything well-rounded.
I think that the only thing we didn't get to do was go through this Beep and Bop prep and look at where what we're missing.
So maybe we can do an email chain for that, and maybe I can start with, because the calendar is my little subsection, maybe I'll take what we did with 3 month, 1 month, 2 month, and try to come up with like deadlines and then ask what you guys think and see if there's anything missing.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Are we meeting next week or the week after next?
I think 2 weeks.
I think 2 weeks.
Good.
Same time?
That works for me.
Today's
Do
Wednesday.
quarter
Yeah.
after.
That works for me.
Okay, cool.
Perfect.
Put it on the
I'll
calendar.
put it in the calendar. Right. Yeah.
Allie,
July-
or should I do it?
It-
You do it.
You do.
Yeah, because you have
Put it as a recurring every 2 weeks.
Yeah,
Yeah, okay.
you're managing. Cool.
I'll do it right now.
Allie, it looks like I just got this notice from Mileage Plus United, and I have about 8,000 miles that expire on September 30th, so I have to use them by then. So I'm gonna look and see if there's any like good United miles for
Okay.
San Francisco.
Also, circling back to the calendar thing, Allie, can you update the meeting request for our next big group meeting with Liam's WhatsApp text?
Does that work for everyone Saturday?
Honestly, I don't know yet because my flight hasn't been booked for Mexico, so I feel like we should change it at least for now, and I'll see if I can keep that in mind in planning my schedule.
Okay. What day is that?
So I'll change it to Saturday, and then we'll see if we need to change it again or something.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll do that today.
Is there anything? Oh, hold on. Let me.
Bless you.
Okay.
This is one more little question. We have a we have a Tootsani Google Groups, that's all 6 of us. Should we have an admin channel? Admin?
Yeah, maybe.
Whatever.
Google group?
Google Group, you know.
Right.
Yeah, probably.
How do we set those up?
I know, I don't know either.
I don't remember. Let's do. I'm assuming it's like a Google Plus or something. I'm gonna just Google it right now. Google Group
I think.
set up. Create a group. Groups help. Go to Google Groups. Click Create Group. Oh, well, that's fairly simple.
So they want you to think.
Jerks. More. Oh, wait. Oh. Okay, I'll do that right now and figure it out. I don't want to have you guys sit
Okay.
here.
When you do that, Patrick, can you ping me, and then I'll send out the meeting notes with the, because I have all the to-dos listed in there as well, at least the ones that I captured.
That you got?
Cool.
What is it? I don't know what pinging is.
Just send me a
Send-
WhatsApp.
Oh, just WhatsApp you specifically. I'm just going to say,
Email that's just like, here's what the group is called.
oh, okay. I'm going to say, Male! Male! My groups. Oh, here we go. Oh, I already got it. Okay.
Look at that tank. Okay. I have to get back to work. I have a meeting in an hour and a half, and then I have another meeting after that. Godspeed and wish me luck.
Oh
Bye,
God.
guys.
Bye.
I wish
Love
you all
you.
the luck.
Bye.
Love you.
Oh, Alex says bye. But Molly was
Bye, Alex.
Bye, Alex.